We're back. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Red team today.
What's that?
Got a red team going.
It's Red Squad. Let's go. Chetty didn't wear red. He said we were going to wear red today, and then he didn't wear it. Oh, okay. That baseline.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever April edits the video, you guys, oh, there we go. Here we go, Chris.
I like when he puts the hyper in there.
You like what?
His hyper poses his name. He always has like a little hyper.
Oh. yeah. All right. Goo Crew.
That's a
What
nice
is
one
going on?
to go hard to.
Welcome back. Thank you for
Always
How-
well-made beds.
Old,
how was last week, boys? I watched the replay.
do you like the haircut on,
That's a nice haircut, man. Fresh
on
fade.
old fashioned?
Oh, I was cracking up. There's two moments I was dying laughing. And we do have our guest is here. We're getting him warmed up, ready to go behind stage. He hasn't seen how we like run the show in a while, so he's probably like, "What the heck is going on right now?" But one, I laughed when at the beginning of the stream, Wardam was asking Pally if he had any Braves on his fantasy team.
Teddy
Teddy was asking Paul. He's like, "So did the Braves get anyone on your fantasy team?" And Paul's like, "What do you mean?" And he asked like 3 times, and then Keegan was like, "No." Anyways, that was funny. And then and then the goo ball has like he's got the fade in the line.
Yeah.
And Pally was like, "Have you ever made a black goo ball?" And he started laughing because he was thinking like the color, like I was assuming you meant like the color.
No, I meant like a black guy.
Either way, it was funny because what Paul meant was just give him like a fade or something.
Yeah.
But either way, it was hilarious. So
You're wondering what we're talking about. Here it is on.
he is up for sale right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So go ahead, get your hands on Old Fashioned. Did we drop a link in the chat?
Drop it right now. I just tried to link to Scream Labs. Wait a second. Here we go. Copy and paste that one.
Let me fire this up there. Okay, yeah, there you go. Cool. So clock's ticking on Old Fashioned.
Dude, that's a beast.
Go ahead and place your bids now. That'll be fun to do to see what story Chat GPT makes for Old Fashioned. So we have an OG guest lined up for y'all today. Someone who did you guys ever do any streams with?
Thank you
Today?
for 100 bits, Chris.
Do we ever do any what's with where?
Did you guys ever? I don't want to. It's supposed to be a grand entrance surprise, so I don't want to say his name yet. But did you recognize the brand or his name at all?
I mean,
Yeah.
I recognize the brand, but
I don't remember if you guys.
I don't think we ever met.
Because that's when
No,
we.
I think I had a NFT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We probably did do a few. Well, we're definitely gonna do some giveaways.
No, I have an NFT of a photo of you. I think you made an NFT of him.
Oh, that's right. I did, and then I had to be careful because it had the company's name in it. Yeah, but I think we squashed that one. But
Okay.
Either way, someone who I know we had him on when we did the day stream, the shift. He was on at least 2, maybe even 3 episodes. the shift has over time kind of grown into what we're doing here now. To our guest who's about to make his grand entrance. But anyways, you can see through the winter of crypto, these guys have continued pushing onward, fighting forward, which is on brand with the company and the game. So I'm sure many of you here in the chat already know by now. We'll go ahead and do actually before the grand entrance. Chetty Keeks, any housekeeping? Anything we should touch on?
No, but we got 15 minutes on this. So because of a new bid that just came in,
and the collection on ETH is looking rather nice.
It is looking good. Let me just go to that real quick.
Okay, let's get
our Google ETH collection.
For everyone tuned in right now, because I know we're gonna have some Wax Warriors here today. We are still on Wax. All of the first 100 Goo Balls are on Wax. Some of them have been converted over to ETH. You're looking at a few of them here, and wow, they are looking very colorful.
We got some good ones. This is a good one, the Bull Runner. I think this is a great one. We got some good ones.
I'm trying to see, looking at the different colors here, which one, what color are we due for today? I heard Chetty say pink.
I think a red. We haven't had a red one.
Red since the Joker.
Yeah.
Ooh, first.
Speaking of,
well, no, the Joker's purple. The Joker's a purple boy.
We could have our first
purple ones on ETH.
That is a great Goo Ball right there.
So we could have our first red.
Who owns that? Oh, Clayton does.
Red
Nice.
ETH. First red ETH Goo Ball being made tonight.
65 views with that Goo Ball.
So we have some Wax NFTs to give away tonight, boys. Chetty, I don't know if you checked your wallet yet. Did you check your Wax wallet?
I have not.
Take a little gander at it.
Okay.
I gotta take a little gander at mine. Anyways, we're gonna have some fun today, guys. Good time with the guests. A lot of giveaways coming up. Another super rare Goo Ball coming your way. Another auction about to end. So make sure you keep an eye on that auction. If you're brand new to the show, smash the like button, smash the follow button. We make NFTs live on stream and auction them away. The ultimate one-of-one project, Goo Balls. Literally make them all live on stream with you, the viewer, and there will never be more than 600 Goo Balls ever in existence. I think we're at like 114 now or something like that. So get them while they're hot. And each Goo Ball has a story with the assistance of ChatGPT. So one day, yes, this little Goo Ball will have a storyline to go hand in hand with its owner. So make sure you get them while you can. Okay, so Warsaken, a game and a brand that has been very prominent in the Wax space. I would say since I started, probably that's crazy to think. That was like probably about 2 years ago. Definitely 2 years ago. Coleman, there you go. I leaked our guest's name, but it's about 2 years ago that I think we first connected, which is just crazy to think about now. So, anyways, yeah, make some. You know what? If we have anyone from the Legion here, type Legion in the chat. Type Legion in the chat if you're here with the Warsaken gang. That's what we're getting into tonight, some Legion shenanigans and beyond. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and bring tonight's guest up here on stage with us. Give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Coleman of Warsaken. There we go. Oh, yeah.
And after that intro,
Should have brought him up to the dancing,
myself,
boys. The dancing is the myth. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Really good to see you again. It's been a little while.
It's been actually probably close to a year. I think about it.
I think it has.
But
it has. I've been keeping my eye on the Goo Balls, and you guys are doing awesome stuff there. I love seeing people innovating, doing new things, consistently putting out a project, sticking with the community. You know, that kind of stuff. A lot of that fell off through the crypto winter, so it's awesome to see you guys still pushing forward.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We must have. I think we just started the Goo Balls project probably the last time we connected with you. We're about almost a year and a half into it now, boys. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Started a project from scratch. I'm sure you know a little bit what that's like. And I have seen the steady activity on the Warsaken Discord. So I know you said Blitz is still in the oven. Sounds like it's coming out soon. But for anyone who's tuned in now on the replay, they have no idea what Warsaken is. I guess kind of take us through your story with the project, and again, what is Warsaken?
Cool. Yeah, first of all, Chetty and Keegs, good to meet you guys. I've seen you around, and we've brushed shoulders here and there, but yeah, good to sit down and go face to face. General Moses and I had some great discussions. Like, I've done a lot of interviews over the time, and there's some that go a little deeper and, well prepared and just some really nice topics of discussion. And we've had some really good ones, some thought provoking ones. And you've referred me to some books that I picked up and read. So yeah, it's great to, to reconnect after a long time. But yeah, Warsaken is a military trading card game. It was developed for the tabletop it's been 3 years or more. I guess over 3 years when they started developing the game. I was not part of the team yet. Planned a Kickstarter, had the cards designed. The art was like 50% done. And then I came to the team as writing some of the lore because it's so developed. All of the leaders of the game have backstories, where they come from, what their motivations are, what their country is like or their territory, and why they're fighting, why they're stepping up to lead the nation. Because there's a world similar to Earth. It's Earth, but it's like Earth, but not Earth. And they're fighting over resources. Resources have become rare. And so each of these leaders had a story. They brought me in to write some of the lore. I was already in Wax. I've been on Atomic Hub over 3 years now. So yeah, I guess that does make me an OG over on Wax.
Were you in anything in particular before Warsaken with Wax, or?
I was collecting, I was buying and selling a lot. I was playing a lot of games. I was in all the projects, but had not been a part of any team.
Okay.
But I went to the Warsaken team and I'm like, hey, if we should go digital, look at the blockchain. We went around. They decided, yeah, let's do blockchain. And Wax seemed like the perfect one because of the number of transactions you can do for free. Just so much about it was a really good place for us to land. Now, there's a lot of blockchains. There's a lot of things going on, interoperability that we're looking at. But we started on Wax, and like General Moses said, it's just been a steady progression. And we wish we could move faster. We wish, we had 3 times as many full-time developers as we have right now. But we're really proud that we've made consistent progress. We just had an update last week on the 1st of August where we made a bunch of improvement to Blitz. Blitz is an open beta, so anyone can come in and play. So we made a bunch of improvements to just the gameplay. We did a whole bunch. I won't go into the details on all the updates we did, but it was just another big step forward because we made some significant changes we had been building to for months. And like a lot of projects have fallen by the wayside or just gone completely dormant or whatever, we're just trucking along, moving forward and making progress towards our goal, which is to get the full game out. Right now you can play Blitz, which is a quick and easy mode of Forsaken. Mm-hmm. Standard is our ultimate goal, and that's the full capacity of the cards. It's a 30 to 60-minute strategy game. You're building decks, and we think it's got a lot more potential. And so now that we've got this update out, we're going to launch Set 2 in another week, and then we can turn a lot more attention to Standard, and hoping that within a few months we have the full game out where people are coming in and playing. We want to eventually have it seamless where you don't even know you're in crypto. Right now you got to own Wax NFTs to play. But in the future, we're going to seamless onboarding and big plans for the future that we just keep on marching towards.
Nice. Is this something that I know you said at first it was it was on a board. It was an IRL game, right? So is that something that people can still buy right now, the IRL game?
Right now you can't, but we did double back and do a Kickstarter that was successful. We funded 4.5 times our goal or something. I don't remember the exact number. Once we do produce the product and have them, then we will sell them online. You'll be able to buy a kit that has everything in it that you need to play Forsaken Standard, Forsaken Blitz, and Forsaken Cabal, which is a 1-player mode. So it's really cool because we've got a 1-player mode that you can play with the same cards that you play the 2 to 4-player game with.
Nice.
So 1 player, that's kind of like solitaire, or?
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely a lot better than solitaire.
Yeah,
a lot more
playing
interesting.
Against the deck, you shuffle the cards, you put them in different piles, and then as you play a turn, and then the board plays a turn, and you turn over a card, and sometimes you'll get hammered, sometimes you'll get easy, but it's all based on chance, just like the regular game of what you draw and what you're playing against. we have levels set up where you start out at a relatively easy level, and then it gets really hard. I have had a really hard time beating the upper levels of Cabal. It's no joke. It's going to take a few times hitting those higher levels to get through them all.
Did you get any Cabal sessions on camera? I remember. I think it was Blitz that you did with your son, or
yeah.
yeah.
So we did. My son and I played Blitz, and we fully produced a gameplay video, and we also played a game of Standard, and then I played Cabal on my own. And I tell you what, that was one of the most exhausting days I can remember, because we had the lights. We had to keep stopping for the cameraman while he messed with the mist and did all sorts of stuff. We had to stop and do interviews after every game, when they asked us about every single move we had played. So by the time I got to Cabal, I was just like pure grit, just holding on, trying to focus on this game. And I did end up losing to the Cabal, unfortunately. So that was not how I would have liked to represent myself.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of stress.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. And the one of the coolest thing about it is Forsaken was developed as an intergenerational game where kids can sit down and play with their parents, or a grandparent can play with their grandchild, where it's something that draws everybody in. It's not set on like a specific war on Earth. Like, it's not set in the War of 1812 or in World War II or anything. So it's got a broad appeal. Some of it is really basic. We've got ninjas, and we've got also very high-tech space weapons. And so there's something for everyone. And it's the way that it was designed. And I wish I could say I had more to do with this. Anytime you play, whether it's Blitz or Standard, you get to the end and it's like, oh, if I would have just had one more turn, I was so close. So you always feel like you almost won, because it escalates. And then when you get to the fifth turn, a lot happens. And if you don't knock your opponent out, there's a good chance they'll get you on the next turn. Like, you got to find a way to win, or it's gonna. So you always feel like you're right there. Oh, let's play again. I can get you this time.
I love that. That reminds me of Chetty and Keeks. We try every winter to get our core friend group together. There's about 20 of us, and we play Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube. And if you change the settings to 2-minute games, no super strikes, whatever. 9 out of 10 games are down to the wire, and it's always anybody's game. People are throwing controllers at each other, and we just had a bid go through that just went up there. But yeah, to hear that
Pablo Juana
Forsaken can have that same that same feeling is great.
It is. Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I think it's good for like just personal mental strength too. Just every game, every second matters.
Have you guys played? Have you played Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that?
I played Pokemon.
You never played Yu-Gi-Oh, Chetty?
No, I never got the cards.
Me and Chetty were into Pokemon though, pretty good.
Yeah.
Chetty's my brother, by the way. So Chetty, me and your brother.
Show him the magic trick.
Yeah, I'll show you the magic trick.
I'm gonna have to zoom in to see. It's a pretty small screen.
So we got the.
Whoa!
Yeah, crazy.
Dude, you just transported. That's like the teleporting man right there.
Just like that, I'm back.
That's awesome.
Oh, and we got another bid.
Oh,
let's go.
We have a. You want to play the what?
5X.
I had to jump in and put a bid in. That last one's mine, so
okay.
Nice.
I had to get in on the action.
Well, now that you have the chance of getting your hands on a goo ball, the past couple months, we've been pretty excited with the direction the project has gone. Just kind of drawing up the underlying story behind them instead of it just being art. Now there's kind of like a fairy tale that comes with the goo balls. And how many did we do? We have Chetty and Keith help me out. I think out of the 114 that we've made at least 2 short stories to go along with some of the characters. So
that's been all cool. You. I don't really know actually.
Yeah, because then someone owns that, and it's a one of one, like you said, and and anyone can read the story, I imagine, and find out about it. But that person, they can connect. It's almost like the Squishmallows. You got the little card, and my kids love reading the card and reading all about their little the likes and dislikes of the Squishmallows.
Yeah, so we're trying to build that out because I gotta make an option or a spot on the website so people can read
This
about
is-
all the goo balls.
Coleman will like this. This is my son watching the loading screen.
That
Which
is awesome.
I think that's how long it's been. I don't know if I've talked to you since, definitely since I became a dad, but
Wow,
He loves
congrats on that. Yeah, it may have been that long. Speaking
That-
of kids, I gotta show off this shirt. Usually I show up on stream. I thought about wearing the Shift Army shirt you sent me.
I had-
We can transferred. Usually I show up in swag. I got my Forsaken hat, and we've got t-shirts that match. But my daughter made me this Forsaken shirt for my birthday. So
oh, nice.
yeah, I'm repping the homemade Forsaken logo.
How'd she do that?
She's super artistic. She just does stuff I don't even know. But yeah, I'm really digging it. It's cool to.
I mean, yeah, she like embroidered it. Looks like.
Yeah.
Let's give him a full screen.
Yeah, that's our Forsaken Loot logo right there. It's the image
Okay.
that you'll see on our token.
Nice.
Yeah.
So-
So, she embroidered that?
She sewed it on. I think I don't know.
A patch maybe.
Okay.
With-
Yeah, some kind of patch, but it's certainly homemade. And
Yeah.
Well, I feel like in a good way you can't tell. It's kind of like if somebody like cooks you good food and you're like, oh, I thought this was from a restaurant. It's like a compliment.
yeah,
I thought that was like Forsaken merch.
I did too.
you know?
Yeah.
yeah. I love how it looks all rugged and tough, and
It does.
So-
Is Warthaken your full-time gig, or do you? have
No,
another
it's
job?
not. No, all of us are part time in the project. We
Okay.
have about somewhere between a dozen and 20 people, depending on the time. And when we started out, and it was a very small team that developed set one, play tested it around, got involved. The development team would develop, and then they'd go play it with they get friend groups together and go, let's try this game and play it. With set two, we had already launched on Discord, and we had people that are super hyped, people that are making like strategy guides for the game, that have only played very limited number on Tabletopia, very limited number of games. And we actually brought in some of the people from our Discord to help develop set two. So we had the core team, plus we had a few just people that were geeking out over the game with these great ideas. So we really feel like set one is super solid, and it was years in development. We really made sure it worked as the standard, as the base for the game. Step two, we took it up another level because we took the ideas and the direction we wanted to go and added in these people that are just top notch, really excited about the project. So shout out to the community. You guys already did. Shout out to the Legion. Really love our community. Our Discord's always active. We've done a lot of work to develop that, and that's 5 of the people that are really involved as our moderators. They're always in there, keeping it active. We do events every week in our Discord with giveaways. So try to keep it active. We keep it positive in there. It's family friendly, and you don't see a lot of the annoying things that I find in other Discords, like people arguing or bickering or being petty. We really almost like a big family without the family fights, it feels like.
Nice. I'd say we do a pretty good job of that. I mean, I think for the most part we're family friendly with our show. We're at least I'm always pushing for it now that I got a kid. I'm like, all right, guys. But the most fighting you'll see within the Goo Balls community is right here on stage with us 3.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all part time as well with this, and it's funny just because of sometimes the only time you have to talk or plan about anything is live on stream. So sometimes we'll have weeks with no guests, and we'll just plan things out. And I'd say thankfully the most recent fight was between Chetty and Keegs, and normally I somehow end up in one, but I thought it's a good reality TV show for our community, and everyone loves some intensity. So
it's cool that the community can be involved with that and see what happens behind the scenes. I think in a big way.
Yeah, keeps it pretty organic, you could say.
Yeah,
we've also known each other since we were, literally younger than 10. So that does
wow.
help.
I don't go that far back. Brandon is the original creator of Forsaken. Him and I have known each other about 15 years, so we go way back quite a ways. Yeah, some of our kids grew up together. We live in different states now, but and then he is friends with some of the other people on the team that he brought us all together. But it really helps to have that if you're the type of people that can get over working with a brother or a best friend, right? Some people just butt heads and it can't work.
Yeah.
Are you still in Utah? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, yep. I'm in northern Utah, Rocky Mountains. Love it up here. We moved here from Arizona, and love Arizona, but I love the seasons. It's really nice to get the change every year.
Yeah, I want to look at northern Utah on a map now and see what's over there. I'm actually in Tampa, Florida now. We moved
Oh, okay.
from Canada down here. Oh, so northern Utah is probably not too far from Salt Lake City then?
Yeah, I'm about an hour away from Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And I work in the mountains. My full-time job is as a firefighter and paramedic, so that's what I do.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
2 days
That's
a
right.
week. Yeah, I get a lot of time off, which is nice because Warsaken does feel like a full-time job sometimes, just with the amount of time we're putting in. But yeah, I work up by a ski resort up just up the canyon from Salt Lake City. So I go through Salt Lake City about once a week. I'm on my way to and from work.
Oh, right. And I think you were saying you go, I mean, the whole family goes skiing pretty often, right?
I do. No one else. My son will go once in a while, but yeah, I try to get up there and do it as much as I can. It's not as much as I'd like, but I didn't learn until I was an adult, so I'm still kind of a beginner, almost intermediate type adult, even though I do it on a somewhat frequent basis.
I'm with you, man. I keep postponing it. I gotta just go learn how to ski already. It's been too long.
I see Sevi popped in, so while he's here, he's on our tournament committee and is putting together a huge standard tournament right now. So people who have been in the Discord and really want to get out and play the standard game, we have it set up on Tabletopia, which is a board game emulator. If you know the rules, then you can play on Tabletopia, but it'll give you the deck and it'll give you a bunch of options. And so you have to know, okay, now I draw 8. And then if you play a card, then your opponent has to know, okay, now I have to discard this card, or I can turn this over in 2 turns. So if you know the rules, and almost everyone in there is people who have been taught by other members of the community. We have some rank. We have a rank in our Discord that is elite, and it's people who know and can teach other people to play and are willing to jump in and hold someone's hand and walk them through. And so we've got dozens of people who can play, even though we don't have the game out on our platform yet. And Sevi's putting together a standard tournament. We do them, it seems like about every 6 months they come along. So it's a pretty big deal. We're going to have 16 people in kind of a USA time zone region, and then 16 people in a Eurasia time zone. And Blue Mint is hosting our tournaments now. It goes really smoothly, and we've got some pretty great prizes. In addition to that, every week we're doing two $50 Blitz tournaments. So you can jump in, enter for free, play 3 or 4 rounds, and walk away with $50 if you win it all in those tournaments. So a lot going on while we're building. We're trying to keep people engaged and just give everybody as much as we can through the process.
And there's a big day coming up, right? Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is when Set 2 officially drops. Yeah. And that's at Warsaken.cards is our app. So that's where you can buy cards. You can look at your collection. You can claim daily loot. So yeah, Warsaken.cards, and then in the store you can see there's a countdown: 7 days, 22 hours, 26 minutes, and 25 seconds right now.
There we go. Check out Warsaken.cards, guys, and let's see. Looks like you might walk out of here with old fashioned.
Yeah. Old fashioned.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if there's a guy in the chat named Nostalgia Corp, also known as Justin Clayton, Wardam Clayton. I wouldn't be surprised if he, sometimes he likes to give people a run for their money at the last second. So.
I won't be upset. It's always fun to be involved in a good old fashioned bidding war, right?
Yeah.
Good old fashioned it is.
Yeah, right. See what I did there?
We got to think about our goo ball this week, though, while we are watching the end of this one.
Well, we're gonna have to, I guess, with Coleman's blessing, get some type of Warsaken incorporation to the goo ball this week.
Yeah, it's funny. It's such a wild west out there, like they mentioned earlier. You made some really cool NFTs from the stream we did, but it had the word Warsaken, and without these big licensing agreements and everything, because it's a product that can be bought and sold. Our legal team is pretty aggressive about having us get on top of that. So we had to track down the NFTs and collect them all, unfortunately. And we've had a few of those things come up where someone uses a logo or the art or the name on an actual NFT, and it causes a few problems.
Cool. So
Are we good? Sail over?
I think let's see.
It's over.
I think
yes, it is over.
Yes.
If you win, I will accept the offer right now.
I just realized I don't think we have we gotta get a little jingle for when somebody wins the auction. We have a jingle
That's good. Yeah, we
Click
should.
it.
All right, I'm
Oh, okay.
confirming right now.
Nathan,
So
CGA.
while you're doing that, for the benefit of me and the other people in the Legion, what are the what's the future of Goo Balls? What's the community like? Where does it go from here? What's all that stuff?
Confirmed.
Well, we have 100 Goo Balls created on Wax. Some have been ported over to ETH. The owners have the opportunity to move it to ETH if they so choose. But yeah, so the next 100 Goo Balls will be created on ETH, and from then we'll decide what we want to do after the next 100. But the plan right now is 600 total, which spells goo.
Ah, yeah, I see that.
It's good to have some scarcity.
Yeah.
What's the collection on Wax?
Well, if you go to
The
just get
website.
it going. Let me put it into the chat. GooBalls.io. You can see collection. You can go to the collection on Wax and our collection on ETH. There's a tab at the top. We can go there, and I can't share my screen right now because I have some passwords up.
Oh,
for
here, I
Goo
can,
Balls, so I can't
You
do
got
it.
your path.
Passwords up for Goo Balls. I was trying to get all that situated with the ETH side.
Oh, I thought I had my screen shared. There you go. So you go to gooballs.io.
There you gotta go.
And the Wax. View the schema. So these are all still the beauties on Wax, and
Georgia Belfiore.
it's personal preference. Paul, my brother, who was kind of like co-host / guest last week, he has one Goo Ball, and he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna keep my Goo Ball on Wax, and I don't know why my mouse is doing that, but I'm gonna keep my Goo Ball on Wax because in a way it's kind of more rare since there isn't going to be any more made on Wax. Like, yeah, good point.
That's cool.
I'm still probably going to buy some up here soon and convert them to ETH because I just like having some on ETH. But why am I not seeing all of them, boys?
Because you have to go next. You have to go to the next
here?
page.
There you go.
Oh, was that it?
No, scroll up.
Yeah.
Go to the next page.
You're looking
So
at.
how do people get them? I see the make offer button there.
Yeah, that's the only way now on Wax is to
Yeah.
buy it from somebody.
Because all these are owned by somebody else.
Yep.
The scarcity.
Now,
Gotcha.
if you want-
Those are all gotcha. They're
Yeah, so
owned.
if you want to purchase a new Goo Ball, it's on ETH.
Okay, but you can go to the market on Wax under Shift
Yeah,
Collabs
yeah.
and Goo
There's
Balls.
some for sale, but
Which
not that
which
many.
I was noticing they now Atomic Hub now fixed it, and if you go to a Goo Ball, it actually shows the floor price of the entire collection, even though they're
they
all
fixed it.
one-on-one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Finally.
So
Wow.
that's nice because it didn't used to do that. It used to just look like they're all disconnected, but now they look like they're all one
That's
project.
good.
So how's our old floor?
The floor price is very deceptive because the floor price is 1,400 Wax, but then it goes up from there to 4,200 Wax.
That was our highest sale, right?
Highest sale is 4,200 Wax. Floor
That's
price
crazy.
is 1,420.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
If
really
someone
depends
bought that
on-
1,400, it would triple the floor price. So that's great. It's cool. I love how you guys have got the different blockchains, the process of putting one out every week and being live on stream with the community. That's something when I did get into Wax, one of the things that really brought me in is I was with Blockchain Heroes, and they would do a weekly Zoom meeting, and you could come in and a lot of times I was cooking dinner or doing something at a time, so I wouldn't be in the Zoom with my face, but other times I'd just be kicking there. We'd all be talking, and everyone in the community could talk together. It was really awesome, and I love being able to come in and actually talk face to face with some people. So a really clever way for you guys to produce and get the product out, and people, if they are super in love with one, then they can bid it up. If it's something that they aren't super passionate about, they can let it go, but they'll always be watching next week to see what comes out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of that, we need to get the themes going for this week's Goo Ball. So, Adam, you want to get a duck race up, or you want me to get it? I can get my screen share again.
Do you have it ready to rock?
Yeah, I have it up right now. I'm just share my
Okay.
screen.
Yeah. If you got it, rock it.
So we got to get some themes. Any theme is open. Anyone in the chat, you can give out any theme you want. If you've seen some old ones, we really have done a lot. We have Hulk Hogan in there. We've had baseball. We've had whatever, samurai. We've had a bunch of different things. So anything's really on the table for a theme for a Goo Ball. Last week was a bartender. We've done the Joker. We've done a lot of different things. So any suggestion is a good suggestion here at Goo Balls.
Even Buttermilk Jenkins.
Yeah.
Buttermilk Jenkins, yeah.
Or Gooby Copperhead, who apparently is an old-timey sheriff.
Yeah, that was the very first one made on stream, owned
Yeah.
by
Really?
Senior Lupe.
Senor Lupe, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Panhandler, that's our first one. That's good.
You know what? I'm it's kind of sinking in for me now, Coleman. I'm really honored to have you officially a part of the Goo Crew.
Yes.
That is kind of nice, yeah. That is great.
I feel the same way, man. I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
We hope to make your investment worth it over the long run.
Awesome.
we're working.
I already feel like for the low. I mean, what it was only like $21 or something to win that
That's
auction.
right.
So
That's
I
right.
already feel like I got my money out of it. Just the sense of belonging I felt so far has been worth twice the price. So
Now, Goo Crew, we didn't do the hazing part with him yet. Are you guys ready? No, we don't. Just kidding. We should make some kind of like blue ball hazing. That'd be
you
funny.
should. I mean, I was in high school wrestling, and I've been a firefighter for over 20 years. I can take it. Whatever you're throwing out, I can take it.
Well, we always get the audience involvement. So, Goo Crew, what should be a part of the the initiation to the Goo Crew? What's the hazing process?
We have
look like?
Panhandler so far. What else do we have? What do we have from last week, Chet?
Oh, right. So actually, I don't know if you've ever caught this part, Coleman. This is where we ask the audience for ideas on the
Photographer.
Oh, that's good.
theme. So, as an
Can we
example,
do a soldier? I mean, can we throw soldier on the list?
So we do have a soldier already. It was one of the first ones, but we could do like what kind of spin could we do on a soldier?
We could
Could we do?
Spy.
Could we do like we could do a future soldier or
do like a what's a high commanding officer in Warsaken?
We have admiral. We have admirals. We have we have
Admiral.
supreme leaders. We have emperors. Almost
Okay.
anything you think of. Set 2 even has like this guy who rolls around in the swamp with a Bowie knife, like gutting gators and
like a Rambo?
yeah, he's kind of like a Rambo from
Do
from
Rambo
Louisiana.
Firefighter, that's a good one.
Firefighter. That is
Yeah,
a great one.
Firefighter is a good one. We haven't done a
trying to
cop
get
yet
me-
either.
Come back and bid next week.
Tennis ball
Hairstylist.
person, so tennis.
Can you do so Rambo and Admiral? Because we did basically the one we did, the army one we did was more like a private.
Opportunity.
That's a good one. Secret agent.
Secret agent. Good call.
Wizard. Yeah, wizard.
Yeah, we haven't done wizard.
Is kind of like handler.
Yeah, bum and panhandle. I feel like those are
Put
the
those
same.
together. / bum.
Slash bum.
So you guys just put all the ideas in, then you
Yeah.
send them on the race, and the winner wins all. That's the one we roll with.
Yeah.
And then we'll take. What I'm going to do is copy some of these for next week, so we have them in our head already. Well, I'll
Cool.
just put some in there, but police, we have that in there. Cop, I put cop there. We can. I think this is a
Yeah, biker.
Hells Angel. Okay. That's 11. We can do that. Let's go with that because we're already a little bit behind the schedule here. This is
Oh,
it. This is the
we're
glory
rolling.
of the
All
right.
race. Just goes.
Oh, we got. Oh, cop is no, not cop.
Winner.
Right next to the
One of my
firefighter.
He
rivals.
just beat out the firefighter.
Firefighter was second. Oh no, third.
Dang.
The arch nemesis.
Cop is the winner. So what we do is
That's
we have a
right,
video that
Coleman,
Kenny
not the
made
cops. Come
of the
on.
duck gods. Let me play that.
The duck gods have spoken.
So the duck
Love
gods.
it.
We have a cop for this week.
All right, I feel like I've been sufficiently hazed now because you chose,
Yeah,
you chose my
that's right.
rival.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
All
so
Love it.
that's a part of it. Do something opposite of what the new Goo Crew member likes.
Do you guys have like any type of a DAO or like a voting system where people who have goo balls are able to like make more suggestions or anything like that?
We have a private chat in our Discord that, or no, we have a Goo Ball holder section in our Discord where
We
anyone
do have that. One of our
you're a
biggest
part of. You could be a part of.
one of our that's true actually. You're now a part of the private chat. One of our biggest challenges yet strength is we're really, I don't want to say we're not technologically savvy enough to do a lot of these things, but we just don't have the time right now to to figure out how to do a lot of this stuff. So by
Yeah.
default, a lot of our processes are manual, but it's kind of cool because it's such a basic hands-on one-of-one project that it kind of requires the manual touch. So anytime somebody gets a goo ball, for them to get verified in our Discord, it's not, honeycomb or anything. It's Chetty going, okay, make this person's name red.
Kitty is
You know,
good
All
at
right,
anything.
Goo Crew. Let's we got a poll in the chat. The top of the chat. You can vote on the goo ball shape. I have the sizes up on screen. You vote between those.
In a perfect world, we'll automate some things here in the future, but
I understand that a lot. When we built our Discord, and I don't want to go on too long if you need to poll people and talk to them, but we started it where me and the other owners of the project were just in there all the time, engaging people. Welcome to the group. What questions can we, holding their hand and just being there. And as time went on, and we were like, well, we gotta build this project. We got work to do. We love being here in the Discord, but we really gotta, I gotta reach out to other wax projects and do these collabs. I gotta organize these tournaments or help our tournament committee organize them. And so we start to fade as our mods increase, and then people start freaking out. I never see the owners in here anymore. The project's going under. Everybody freak out. And so it's definitely a balance of trying to stay involved and stay on the ground level while also actually doing something with the project.
We got Chris VKC said, I missed the winner. Coleman, you want to tell him who won the last goo ball?
Yeah, I'll tell you. It was me. It was this guy right here. I got old fashioned. I got the General Moses goo ball. It's got the same haircut.
Right now, Goo Crew, we there's not enough poll options, so we have to do this in the chat. So put in a number for what color you think the goo ball should be. Now, if you were here earlier in the night, we realized that there hadn't been a red goo ball on ETH, so I'm gonna vote for 8.
Keegs, your delivery is here.
Chris also votes 8,
I vote 8 as well.
and Coleman votes 8. Now that would have been a great color for a fireman.
Oh, that's right. We're doing a cop. Can I change
Yes.
my vote?
So this is the goo ball skin. So the cop, it's probably better the skin doesn't match the outfit.
That makes sense.
I'll vote a number 9.
Okay.
I'll take a 9.
So you can move goo balls from wax to ETH. Can you move them back to wax?
We haven't opened up that option yet.
Dude, that's
But
beast.
so we're not saying, I don't think we've said definitively it can't happen, but as of now it can't.
Right. I mean, and I think if somebody wanted to, they'd hey, Poppy's here.
Dude, that's beast.
Dude, that's beast. I think that so how easy is it to burn NFTs on ETH? I've never actually done it before.
I don't know.
Okay, because
We're not very well versed in ETH.
That's what it
We're
would
learning.
require. And I did
Yeah,
say this.
I think
One of the
it's
main
pretty
reasons we went
easy.
to ETH, Coleman, is because we went to NFT NYC and met a bunch of cool people, network, everything, and it's just almost every project ETH. You tell someone you're with Wax, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Okay, we gotta make a bridge or something here just to reach more people." So that was kind of some of the inspiration behind it too.
Yeah, I hear you there for sure.
Keegs, you got a color?
Yeah, red.
Okay, so looks like we're doing red.
What's it gonna do? I forget.
Did you grab the John?
Oh, there's some at the door.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I had to go pee, man. I was drinking a lot of water.
Yo, what's up, Pazda?
You got the Paz in the house?
The Pazda's here.
Oh snap!
So
We're gonna
within
get
the
them.
last, so we launched our first set about a year and a half ago, and since then wax has gotten considerably harder to get because people are scared of the U.S. government, so they're shutting like Bittrex stopped selling or stopped doing business in the U.S. and a bunch of other. It just seemed like one after another. KuCoin, I'm not sure where they're at, but I was going from one exchange to another, like within 4 months, 4 exchanges shut down operations in the U.S. And so it's a lot harder to get wax. We're wax only on our launch right now. And so we're looking at ways to bring in credit cards and other options. And then we're also looking at other blockchains because we don't want Forsaken locked in the digital format to wax only, where you have to own wax. So whether it's us onboarding people seamlessly, or whether we go to a whole new blockchain and do cards there, and then whether we port them or not, we'll see how that rolls out. But definitely something that we've looked at a lot and plan on doing in the future.
KuCoin still, that's where I get my wax.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good to know. I need to get some in my account so I can buy some of the packs when they drop next week.
Yeah, I noticed my inventory has a lot of Forsaken cards in it.
Okay, so are you claiming your loot daily? Because that's the next question. We have
Probably not. I don't know how.
Okay,
How
if
do
you
I-
go to Forsaken.cards and then store and then loot, and every
Okay.
24 hours it resets. You do have to claim every day or you miss out.
I have in my wax wallet right now 2 booster packs and a loot pack. I've not
Oh,
opened it.
you got a loot pack. Those set one loot packs are no longer. Those are limited item. Even those booster packs are from set one, so those are limited as well. We have a few floating around, so you will find some on the market. But that loot pack could have something huge in it. The boosters, you can only go up to something minted to 25 or more. In set 2, a booster can actually pull one of ones. So that's something we tweaked with set 2. We wanted to balance out the packs. With set 1, people realized elites were kind of the best value. That's the middle pack. Premiums weren't quite, depending on what you're looking for, in a lot of people's eyes. But so we balanced those out to really give the booster packs. The great thing about them is with set 1, you're getting 18 NFTs. And so if you want to get in, you just want to play the game, you don't care if you have the blood foil
Dude,
cards or
that's
the night
beast.
vision, you're getting 18 NFTs. So it makes it pretty easy to buy a handful of packs and do a little bit of trading, or buy a couple, 50-cent NFTs, and then you're playing. But the premiums with set 2, we've really swung a lot of the rarity, so you have a higher chance of pulling those super rare cards in the premiums as opposed to the boosters, but you still can pull them with the boosters. So we feel like we're learning and balancing things out and moving forward with everything we do, which is, feels good to not just be stagnant and standard and doing the same thing just because that's what we did before,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's you start out with a project and you never know where it'll take you.
Some things we planned and we've been talking about some things for 2 years and just pulled it off last week. Other things we thought we'd be going one direction and ended up doing something totally different because the market changed or because our audience wanted something different. So yeah, always trying to roll with what the market's looking for.
Yeah,
Who's the
that's
designer
all.
here? Who's the whiz?
Chetty.
That is
Awesome.
me.
Oh, right. Yeah. Chetty is a lot of this is on Chetty's skills right here.
Very cool.
Project. What's the Keegs? What's the backup plan if something happens to Chetty? We just build off of what we have.
ChatGPT or something.
I guess we just build hype on everything that's already been created at that point.
Oh yeah, so let's show it. We got this in the package.
Let's see what they got in the mail.
Water.
So
Water.
didn't want to. I know you guys. I get you. So I send Chetty and Keegs stuff on Uber Eats most streams, and sometimes I'll get them something really good, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna eat it tomorrow." I'm like, all right. Well, what's something I know? Like if I give them a
It's just
drink,
it's too
like,
late at night.
yeah, exactly. It's too late at night. So I know you're gonna drink water, and Essentia is good water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I got you. What did I get you for the candy?
you got some Warheads Extreme Sours.
In honor of Forsaken, had to get you
Warheads.
Warheads.
So I'm gonna
Oh
pop
my
one
gosh.
out.
See what I mean? He's a thinking
Now,
man.
how many can you eat at once, Keith?
I'm not gonna do that, but there is a new flavor. They say.
Do you want to
I don't know
see
what the
between
flavor
you
is.
and Chetty if you guys can handle 2 at once?
Look, this one has nothing in it.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, 2 warheads at once.
Okay.
2
Let me
warheads.
I'm looking for the new flavor that they
One
say they
chat.
have.
Make some noise in the chat. How many warheads should they eat at once? How many warheads have you eaten at once in the chat? Anyone? Anyone more than 2? Can we do this live?
Not me.
Coleman, you warhead fan?
I've had them, but I've never done like more than 2. I don't think I've even done 2 at once before. My mouth is puckering up just thinking about them right now.
I do remember loving warheads as a kid, and I don't think I've had them since childhood. But I'm probably gonna get back into it soon with my little guy.
Yeah.
It's something about kids and sour stuff. What is that? I think about it.
So speaking of little ones, my youngest is turning 18 next week.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Right.
So my father-in-law, who was a paratrooper back in the Vietnam era, he's coming into town. And we're all going to be in the air together on his birthday. So pretty excited about that. It's fun to have those things to connect. And as they get older, they change, from cartoons and stuff to we play disc golf and some board games and a lot of stuff. A lot of sports actually we connect on now.
Most parents I talk to, and we got Chetty and Keeg's dad in the chat right now.
He's asking where his Uber Eats is.
I'll send one down the street. Most parents I talk to, the recurring theme is it just gets better and better. Is what they all say.
Yeah, it has for me for sure.
Cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to because he really can't even walk yet. He's got a walker, but he's
Oh, that's cool.
9 months old. So I am looking forward to him being able to run around and just do whatever, dance.
Yeah. Yeah, once he starts doing that, then the next thing he does, you can play catch with a ball, and then you can, whatever it is, you can watch shows that, you can enjoy a little bit together, and then you start, yeah. I did beat my son in disc golf yesterday for the first time since, the first day we played. I think I beat him once and he beat me once. Because he plays ultimate frisbee. His high school team won the state championship this year, so he's been playing frisbee. Yeah. And so for me to beat him, even though you can do forehands only, and so that's the only reason I was able to. But I'll take a win wherever I can get it now.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's got to be
putting two in my mouth here, General.
Wait.
Oh, all right.
Flavor
Here we go. Keegs is going.
Lemon.
Wait, is Chetty doing it at the same time?
Oh, I gotta do it too. I gotta get the right ones.
There we go. Closest thing to
my mouth is already watering right now.
Mine is too. I don't even have any in the room with me, and my mouth's watering.
But that has to be so past the K who's watching right now. It has to be a weird feeling knowing these two beings that you've created are about to have a warhead contest. So, isn't that it's gonna be a crazy moment.
Woo!
Who's reaching for the Essentia first?
I didn't give him one.
Yeah, he didn't get me one.
I mean,
What part of the world are you two in?
We're in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! You exaggerating, or is it really kicking?
His eyes are watering a little bit.
Yeah, but it's actually milding out.
Yeah, it's already done.
It's a dream come true.
All right, so you said your youngest is going to be 18. How old is your oldest?
She's 22, 23. Okay. Yeah, she's 20, 22 or 23. Let's see. Yeah, she's 22. Got to do some math. It always changes, and it's not like they stay. Yeah, so every time someone asks me.
And so, it's what? How many between those two ages?
We got 3 altogether.
Okay, nice. Three all
22,
within
19,
5 years.
and 18. Yeah. It was a lot of work, especially for my wife for a few years there when I was gone to the station for a couple days.
Oh yeah,
it's fun having them close together. What's your design background, Chetty?
I went to school for integrated media, and after school I worked as a graphic designer, and now I'm a communications manager for a school district.
Cool. You design stuff currently for your job then?
Yeah, more publication stuff. But yeah, and then I do freelancing and stuff.
Cool.
So, but yeah, my integrated media degree.
He made this logo actually.
It's just every. Yeah, well, it's the gold version of it, but
yeah,
my integrated media degree allowed me. I mean, I got to do everything: photography, videography. I was doing some video game stuff.
Cool.
Branding. I like doing a lot of different stuff.
Was it mostly practical, or did you get into like creativity and theory? I mean, I know there's art theory and stuff, but just like general creativity and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say I'm more like analytical than I am that like out there creative type.
Uh-huh.
So, but I think I have a good balance for someone who's analytical.
Uh-huh.
That is a good point.
I'm blown away by people that can design and draw the visual arts. I'm a writer. I've written like 20 books. I've published a dozen or more, and just I really got deep into creativity. And I studied so much, and I was doing presentations at writing conferences and in schools and stuff like that. Really felt like I had gone so deep. I basically had earned my own bachelor's in it. Spent that much time doing it. So I'm fascinated by creativity, and now tying that into flow. I'm learning a lot about getting in that flow state, which is kind of like the muse for artists as they're getting into a state where they're just pouring out of them. So always interested to hear different takes from different artists, especially in mediums like this that I don't have any skill in, basically.
Yeah, this one it's a lot. This is a lot different from what I usually do. Like but it's fun to make things with people's input and while people are watching it happen.
Is it ever stressful?
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, because we give me only an hour to work on it.
Yeah.
So sometimes some days I'm not feeling it quite as much, and I have like really good goo balls, and other days are they're not as good, but everyone seems to like them, especially if they play a part in its creation.
Yeah.
Adam, were
I
you
didn't know.
something?
Yeah, I was gonna say. You said you've written how many books?
I've written like 20 or 25 books.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a couple series that I started that I need to get and finish it. When I got into crypto, I just fell down a rabbit hole and kind of stopped almost from one day to the next. Stopped writing and publishing and started doing crypto stuff. So my dream is to
fiction?
get. What's that?
Fiction.
Yeah, fantasy and urban fantasy, and it's under Daniel Coleman is my name. Everybody calls me Coleman in the crypto space, even at work. Firefighters use the last name and stuff. But yeah, it's under Daniel Coleman. I've got a fantasy series and an urban fantasy series. I've got one series. I've got 3 books published, and I've got 7 other ones that I've written that I just am not happy with how I've edited and finished, and so I need to just dive in and get them done and published. But crypto has taken so much of my time and focus for the last 3.5 years that I just haven't done it. But that's the goal, is to eventually retire from firefighting, dabble in crypto, and be a full-time writer, basically.
That would be awesome for retirement.
Yeah, perfect retirement job, right?
What do you say?
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say our most Keegs is full time in crypto.
So opposite.
Not really, but kind of is. I was gonna say you've written a lot of books. So I'm working on my first book right now.
Awesome.
It's taken way longer than I have wanted it to. I'm on like the 4th version of the manuscript right now, and it's a little bit more like business focused. I don't know. Are yours more fiction or nonfiction?
Mine are fiction for sure. You do nonfiction? That's what I would guess from you.
Yeah, nonfiction. And I think finally I'm close to the next step. But now the one thing I don't really know, and I have some other friends that I'm planning on bouncing this off of, but now that I've got you here, might as well ask, what have you done from like a publishing perspective? What do you recommend? I'd say making money on the book isn't the number one goal. The number one goal is really just to get it to as many people as possible. So I don't know, what have you seen work in that regard?
We could go to a conference and spend all weekend talking about different aspects of that. So let me see if I can, pull out some pearls, some gems. You'll find that writing the book was the easy part, and getting in front of people, because there is so much competition out there. There's so many new books that come out every day. And I haven't done any nonfiction, but I have some friends that have done nonfiction. I also work as a manuscript editor, and so I've done a lot of editing over the years. I've edited like probably 200 manuscripts for other authors. And
jeez, all right.
Yeah, and probably 100 of them have gotten the orange bestseller tag in their genre on Amazon. So people that are writing at a pretty high level, pretty consistently. And I don't know where I was going. I can't remember, but getting it in front of people is the biggest thing. And I think finding the niche, finding the people like that it'll really speak to, trying to find those 1,000 people that will really, be a fan of it and really share it and get into it. And then maybe 10,000 after that. And so it depends really on what the specific genre is and what the takeaway is. If it's something with broad appeal, like Malcolm Gladwell type writing, or if it's something that's very narrow, if it's a book about coding a specific language or something like that, obviously, then it's a different strategy you want to take. Reading it.
Well, yeah, that's good. Well, so I'd say a sales and communication kind of focused book.
That's right up Adam's alley.
How to multiply your life through communication and sales, really. And I just want to. Really, the focus is to get it to as many people as possible. So.
And then, so you have two main options. You got to decide, are you going to look for an agent or a publisher? And with those, a lot of times you can just write up a synopsis of the book and say, here's the book and here's and then you can sell it if it's nonfiction based on that sometimes. But since you've already got a book written and you've been through multiple rewrites, you're a step ahead and you can actually send them, the draft of the book, which is cool. The other option is go self-publishing, and you could literally have it on Amazon tomorrow where people can buy the ebook. You slap a cover on it, you do some formatting, and it's as easy as that. And so if you do go self-publishing, then it's, even more of having to market yourself and prove that this is something worthwhile, as opposed to if you can get a publisher to pick it up, then it kind of shows that there's someone else that believes and, they vouch for you, made it past the gatekeepers. I don't know if you've looked into that or have any specific.
I think publisher would be the way to go. I would think would be the way to go. Similar to, and I was actually just about to tweet this because I forgot to make the NFT announcement today. I posted it a few other places, but I also make music, and one of my tracks just got signed by a record label. Basically, my first ever track got signed by a record label, which is going to help it get out to way more people than me just telling everyone, listen. So that right there taught me, okay, I got to get this book published by someone so it can get out to more people.
Yeah. And I have a friend that self-publishes and does really well because she's built up her audience, and she has thousands of people on her email, and then every time she launches one, her audience buys it, and so that launches it to the top of the charts where people see it and you get all that free advertising. And she was telling me just the other day that she kind of feels like to reach even more people, she should go. She feels like she has a message. Her books are inspirational, and so she wants to reach a different, not necessarily even a bigger audience, just a different audience that she has up till now. And so she's feeling like maybe she should reach out and try to do some traditional publishing. And she loves self-publishing so much. She's like, man, it's making me nauseated just thinking about that, because there is kind of a rivalry like cops and firefighters, traditional versus self-published. So it's something a lot of people feel really strongly about, and I know people that are successful in both. Traditional is dog eat dog. You have one book come out, and if it doesn't do well on shelves, then you have an uphill battle from there. Whereas with self-publishing, if you publish something and then it doesn't do well or does okay, you can come with something brand new, or you can follow up to that, or you can completely revise it or take it off the market. You have a lot more control, but you don't have that black mark where every publisher in the world is going to be scared of you.
I gotta grab some food real quick.
Did someone send you some DoorDash?
He sent it to himself, probably.
It's cool to see the design live, and now anytime you go and look at the collection now, it's not like someone said, okay, AI, make me a glue ball with a cop. You can see that every single detail of this, even the shadow in the white undershirt, is designed and thought out and done by an actual person. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and Yeah, I mean, and we have them all on YouTube. So, you know,
Yeah.
if you get a
Oh,
goo ball,
nice.
you can watch your goo ball be created.
That's an awesome touch. We are really big on the art on Forsaken. I know you guys have seen some of it, but
Yeah.
a lot of effort, a lot of work, and a lot of love goes into every card there. And one of
I
our
can tell.
biggest expenses, honestly, is we've got artists all over the world. But our design team will go back and forth and back and forth. And some cards, I know one in particular is a drop ship where you got all of these packages falling out of a plane, and they went through like 3 or 4 iterations. And then finally, Brandon was like, you know what? I think we got the wrong angle. Instead of going from here, let's go underneath from behind. And so they completely scrapped like 4, what do you call it? 4 iterations of the drawing they've done, started from scratch. And just because it had to be right, you know, nothing's okay. That's good enough. We'll just roll with that because we can't figure it out. No, let's keep trying. They did the same thing with one of our spies, and I think they had her laying down, and they just were trying and trying. Finally, they're like, okay, it's not working. Let's try up on one knee, and then like instantly, it's like, oh yeah, that's what we need to do. That's the way to go.
Is it 3D art that they get different angles of, or is it someone
No.
drawing it?
Yeah, someone drawing it. It's artist drawing it.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of work.
Know, yeah, in design, you got to figure out first thing you got to figure out is like, what are we looking at, and now what angle, what's the composition of this, and so are we looking at this from behind? Are we looking straight on from in an airplane? Are they coming right at me? Are we trailing them, looking up at you? And depending on what, it's really cool because Brandon, who does most of the design coordination, has a really good eye for what the story needs to tell. Like if it's a beam tank is one of our weapons, you're going to want to see the front of the tank and you're going to want to see it firing the beam, right? And so you don't have anything in there that's like, well, this spy has this special camera, but I can only see her from behind. Like that doesn't make any sense. So it seems kind of obvious on one level, but then also you have to do that on every single card, right? And so it really takes a professional eye to be able to pull that off. And I don't.
You got a good one on your team.
Yeah, we really do. It's not me. I've given a little bit of input here and there, but that is not one of my strengths.
Where'd you get it, Adam?
You can probably guess it pretty quickly. I feel like.
Why?
Just because it's like a typical thing that we would get if we were in Painesville.
You probably got Taco Bell.
Yep, there you go. Got it. And the baby sleep. Whoever was on the DoorDash or Uber Eats, they didn't read the instructions, which said "Do not knock." And so my wife's calling me like the dog's barking. Like, what are you doing? Like, hold on, baby's sleeping. Thankfully, he did not wake up, so we're good. Now we can eat.
That is good.
But so actually, how did that Warheads challenge pan out? I guess it was pretty intense, and then I forgot it was happening.
Super intense.
It's pretty easy.
I was watching. I didn't see any heads explode. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Forsaken.
So, what would you say are some of the ways you've been able to stay warm in the crypto winter?
That's a really good question. I think the key, I was talking to someone, I think it was Left House. He does wax updates, the Left Action House. I think he was the first one I heard it say, and I've heard it multiple times. It's not a bear market, it's a builder's market, right? Because a lot of people are going to fall by the wayside. A lot of people are going to quit if you have the stamina to keep going and the resources. And so that's really how I look at it. It's a builder's market. It's an opportunity where once things do take off, people aren't going to come to be like, I want to get into crypto and I want to find projects in crypto to use. They're going to be like, I want a great game where I can own stuff or whatever it is they're looking for. We want to be there to offer that. And so even though it slowed us down, there's no doubt that we would like to be where we are now a year ago, but just taking a step forward. And kind of the same thing with life, to get philosophical. You have your goals in life and where you want to be, and everybody has ups and downs. And the key is just keep going in the right direction.
It looks like, well, first of all, I like that take, builder's market. I think we would gravitate towards that belief as well. and when that next wave comes, whenever it does come, we'll already be established.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things where you just have to keep moving and know that it is going to pay off. Oh, and I remember now I had one come in mind. I did see Chetty and Keek's dad had a question for you, but with shoot, now it's slipping my mind again. Well, let's go to what Pastor K said, and I'll see if I can remember what I was going to say. I know we've already covered this earlier in the stream, but he wants to know, is Forsaken an online game or a card game?
It's both. It was developed as a card game, tabletop game, where generations could play, fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, whatever, around a tabletop. And then we are bringing it to the digital space as well. So it'll be both. We did a Kickstarter where we launched sets of physical cards that did fund successfully, and so we're developing those right now. Once we have the product in hand, then we will start selling those through our site. So that is coming. It's going to be a few months until we get to that point, but yeah. So whether you're a person who likes to play, because most of my friends that are gamers live in other states, and now I have friends all over the world that play, thanks to Forsaken. But whether you're that kind of person or the kind of guy who wants to get together every Friday night, and have snacks and like this goo ball right here, he's obviously getting together with his buddies and playing poker.
Yeah,
Freddie Blush. Now, are we
get the aviators?
Are we gonna get a Forsaken, some kind of subtle Forsaken something to this cop?
If he'll have us.
Normally we'll throw like a little logo in there for whoever is the guest, but I know we gotta be careful with Forsaken. But is there any, maybe you could put like Legion on it or something?
Yeah, the Officer Legion.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Or what kind of weapon should the officer? Should he be carrying a baton?
Let me see. Let me look around for a minute.
So I'm just gonna get rid of this thing.
Definitely a donut. What else? What other ideas we got?
That would make me happy. Donut would make me happy. Yeah, it's hard to imagine him carrying anything but a sidearm, a revolver.
Well, yeah, but we could do something like a baton, and we could name the baton something to do with the Legion.
Yes, that actually sounds really cool.
To do what? What is it, Chetty?
Give him a baton and have it be named something to do with the Legion.
You could just name it Legion if you wanted to. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We do another duck race for people who want to throw in names.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so people get to have another go at using their creativity for the goo ball.
Pastor Gay says baton sounds appropriate.
Thanks, Pastor.
I'm going to run and get a donut. On my way home, I was running a bunch of errands around town and brought a few donuts home for the family, and now I'm craving it because I'm seeing this. So I'm going to run out and grab
Hey, we eat on stream around here. Go get it.
I'm a big fan of donuts.
You know what? I'm throwing another warhead in.
I'm gonna pop one.
Keeks, can I get my water, man?
Oh yeah, man.
Wooder.
My wooder? Thank you for my wooder.
Are you a fan of Essentia, Chetty?
I've only had it a few times. I don't know if I.
This is my first time having it.
It's supposed to be the
tastes doity.
The best assimilation to your body because of the pH level.
It's not like a pally thing.
Ionized hydration. Now, so is an acidic pH higher or lower?
I think it's less acidic. I don't know.
So that
it says 9.5 pH or higher.
But does acidity make the pH higher or lower?
Let us know in the chat. Is Essentia acidic or basic? That's what you would call it, right? Base or basic or something like that.
What is the opposite of aesthetic?
I basically quit science after my junior year of high school.
I'm pretty sure acidic stuff like lemons is low on the pH.
Low on the pH? Okay, so this is the opposite. Which
Pretty
is
sure.
good. It's good because Keegs and I have a lot of lime drinks.
Yeah. With real lime.
Yeah.
Keegs likes lime.
I do.
Keegs does like lime. Chetty like
Oh, there we
lime.
go. Cron SC. Did you get that, Keegs? See what Cronny was saying?
pH of less than 7 is acidic, more than 7 is base. Yeah.
Thank you for the lesson.
Oh, there we go. Got the donut.
So good to see you, Kron. Kron is on the Crypto Monkeys team.
Okay.
And there's an OG right there. Yeah, there's a very knowledgeable about a lot of different things. Always optimistic and yeah, great guy.
Crypto Monkeys is Creek, right? Is Creek the one that does it?
No, I think they're alone. They're one of the oldest collections around, and they don't sell anything. Everything they have is distributed. And I could be wrong here because it's been a while since I've been really deep in it. But that was one of the first collections I got in because if you can get a few Crypto Monkeys, then they distribute them based on who owns them. So if you own them, then they send them out to people who have them, and just a really cool community and one of the least commercial communities that I've seen, I'd say. So anyone who's into that kind of a community where it's not about selling cards and making money, it's community involvement and fun and really cool art, really cool fun. A lot of them are parodies. So cool wax
Nice.
project.
Kron, could you drop your whatever preferred link you have in the chat?
It's such a cool community and one of the very first I got into. So yeah, it's awesome having Kron around. I didn't have any pink frosted, so I had to go with the maple.
Oh, maple is
Maple's great.
Keegs and I love maple.
Yeah, it is solid. Have you guys ever heard of Spud Nuts? They're
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
We have a
you do.
Spud Nuts here. Yeah.
What?
Although I do not like Spud. I feel like the frosting to donut ratio is a little off. That's why
Wow.
I prefer.
This one's really good. They've got a few that are not my favorite, but yeah, this one's solid. This
Okay,
maple.
that's good. As
We
long as
just-
the ratio is good.
So a donut I just had recently was a Krispy Kreme donut, but not just like the original Krispy Kreme one. It was with, what was it? It was some sort of cream filled one, but it was really good.
Can you
I
give him a Krispy Kreme box, Shuddy, and just like rename it to like
Not Warsake, Legion.
No,
Legion
just-
cream.
Yeah, I think it's cream.
something Goosey Cream?
That's funny.
Keegs, I would have never thought I heard you say that you ate a donut.
Why?
I don't. You're really all about the healthy stuff.
I do like sugar though.
Keegs' weakness. Crypto Monkeys. There we go. I've definitely seen this art. So Kron, nice to meet you. I'm surprised we haven't really crossed paths yet, because I know you're right. He's definitely been around for a while. I know as long as I've been in wax, I've been seeing his art.
Crypto Monkeys art is so cool. It's so clever. It's just fun. Like I said, they do a lot of parodies, which really well pulled off, well thought out.
A little bit of a gooball vibe to it too, honestly.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to embarrass myself if I was wrong on my design analysis.
No, we might have to have you on as a guest sometime, Kron, if you're down. I guess join our Discord if you're not in it. The link is below, and we can begin the conversation. He's
That
definitely
was one of my son used to do some stuff in wax, and he'd buy and sell a little bit when I was kind of guiding him, and Crypto Monkeys was one of his favorites. He was like 15 at the time or whatever, and he liked their art. He had a lot of fun with them as well.
wow.
Each sprinkle individually placed.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be because I have no way to look up look up a better way to do this.
I know there's people in the audience that. So yeah, here's a question for you. I know there's people in the audience that are like, has he not ever heard of AI? Like, so what are your thoughts on doing this by hand versus we are seeing obviously a lot of different AI software creating a lot of what we see and read out there now.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of stuff using AI, just like having fun. But in terms of making a goo ball, I don't know if the core of what a goo, like, I don't think a goo ball will look like a goo ball if we use AI. Like there's sort of a design theme that I think if you know it's a goo ball.
Yeah.
And without that, I think it fails to be a goo ball. And so when you look at a collection, they all have something tying them together.
I think AI could probably copy paste and make something close, but there would be, it's one of those things where when you zoom in, you start to realize, like, wait a second, was this actually Chetty? And that's how I found most AI to be. I'd like to know your take on it. It's pretty impressive what AI can do, but once you see it enough, you do kind of spot it. It's kind of like just like artificial flavors. If you're eating something cherry flavor, you can tell, all right, is this really cherry or is this artificial cherry? So have you noticed that with AI, or you think differently?
I definitely have, and there's I've had people send me stuff and say, hey, can you edit this? And I'm like, oh, AI wrote this. I'll be 2 sentences in, AI wrote this, and I'll be, and it's cool because there's some, I don't know, there's like a 90%, like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff it can do, but then there's like that 10% that makes the difference, that makes it a goo ball, right? That makes it something. Like I'm pretty picky with who I read. I don't read a ton. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, but even that, I don't do so many. And it's like, you had said you'd never met Kron. You guys aren't in Crypto Monkeys. I was in all the projects. And then when I joined the Forsaken team, I basically had time to do very few. I had to cut back to like 2 or 3 things I wanted to do, right? Because you spend so much time now, you're working in the space versus recreating there. And it just changes. It was the same thing when I started writing. Now, all of my publishing time, all of my book time is spent on the creative end instead of enjoying it on the other end.
Yep. And you know what? With as an example with AI, ChatGPT, we had it help us kind of craft the storyline for Goo Balls, and we noticed. You don't notice it at first, but after a couple rounds, you start to see the trends of how it spits out information. And by the time I think we got basically to the 3rd storyline that we were attempting to create for another Goo Ball, and then we realized like the structure of the storyline, it was just kind of like changing a few words here and there, but also you could see the skeleton of the story.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second, that's the same story that it just told, but with like different names.
Definitely needs some editing, like if you were to utilize some of it.
Yeah. So there are things that I would use AI for, and then along with some good editing, and then there's other things that I would not ever use it for.
What are some things you would never use it for?
What's that? My wife says writing a message, a text message to my wife, or
helping you get out of a sticky situation where you messed up.
I know, a friend of mine wrote a birthday poem for his wife on ChatGPT, and it was actually really good and very personal. But he did tell her, thankfully, that that it was written by AI. He wrote it with AI because it still takes some coaching.
Sure.
I don't like it for the main thing for me is the prose of a narrative, whether it's a short story, whether it's a poem, whether it's like you can give some big bulky stuff, but then as far as the line to line words, like it's got to be, for me, it's got to be sculpted by a human.
So is that in like the rhythm of the story? Is that what you're saying?
And just like the words that when I read a book, I want the story to be interesting, but also the words to be interesting. And if it is AI, it tends to be like General Moses was saying, formulaic a little bit, and a little bit flat. There's just not that creative.
So like word choice and stuff.
Yeah. With your computer, you think they would, would be able to mix it up. So, it was,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't know what resonates.
I find it funny. You said this a little while back. You don't read much. You listen to audiobooks, or it's because you're an author yourself, but you'd rather listen instead of read, huh?
It's mostly just because of the time I take. Because I can do an audiobook when I'm checking off the engine in the morning, or driving to work, or working in the yard, or whatever. So it's
Put the
mostly about.
earbuds in.
Yep.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I like to be doing multitasking while I'm taking in information.
Doing dishes, any brainless activity like that, right?
Yeah.
So I did hear, I don't know how much you guys follow AI and new tech, but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about where we're at and where we're going. And they're saying that it's starting to poison itself because AI draws information from the web, basically, right? You feed it data, and that's what it informs everything that it spits out.
Yeah.
And so now they're saying that up to like 65% or more of internet content is already created by AI.
Jeez.
And so as we go forward, what is the AI going to be fed? It's going to be fed the internet, which it created, or another AI created. And so it's going to just confirm what it already thinks, and it'll become more and more narrow and farther away from what reality is.
Wow.
Because that's how, so they're saying these databases of data from pre-2022 are going to be hugely valuable, because that's all we have that you can feed to the AI on a large scale that is actually any good, because anything else is just AI created already, and it's not what real humans use. So really interesting how that will turn out, and when you start thinking about how that, the directions that could go in the future.
Yeah, it's it reminds me of kind of the metaphor I was using just a moment ago, which is put artificial in front of whatever. There's a reason why artificial turf, artificial flavors, artificial seasoning, or whatever. You can always tell the difference between something artificial and the real thing. Now, sometimes people prefer the artificial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the artificial stuff is easier, maybe like artificial turf. Although I think most NFL teams, and definitely baseball, they still use grass. But
I think they're switching more and more, even in Arizona. Like I went to Arizona University, but I know they've gone to turf there, where you can grow grass in Arizona. Yeah, it takes a lot of water, but you can always grow it year round. Arizona State, right up the road from them, the rivals, they put in turf recently where they're at. So I think more and more teams, and even the NFL teams. Yeah, I think more and more NFL teams are going to turf, and I don't know if it's just because it's easier to move it off and use the field for a concert, or what it is.
More about injuries for NFL.
Is it
really? They were having big issues. Like a lot of people get hurt over in New York when they play on the Giants and Jets field.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just laziness because they don't want to cut the grass.
So the grass is causing more injuries, or the turf is causing
the turf is causing more injuries. Like a lot of non-contact injuries happen on turf.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I thought. What? I'm gonna Google that.
What kind of non-contact injuries? I didn't know that.
Like ACLs and because it doesn't have any give to it.
Wow.
So when you plant and pivot, it doesn't move like regular dirt and grass would.
Wow.
So when the 2023 season starts, it'll be half and half. It'll be 15 and 15.
For it looks like teams that have it. And
Nissan Stadium is going to turf, and so they're going away from grass to turf. But yeah, players definitely have said all along that they like grass better.
That's crazy to me that they, knowing that information, that the league would still even allow turf to exist.
Well, it's a lot of work to maintain the grass. I mean, you saw last year. We're Browns fans, so last year, some guy got his go-kart or something into the stadium and was doing donuts on the field. And for the last like 4 games, we had a bunch of circles in the middle of the field.
Whereas if it was turf, they could have had that fixed overnight, right?
Yeah, and it might not even have messed it up that much.
Yeah. Wow. On that scale, like I could see it for high schools, colleges, whatever. But yeah, on that scale, you think they would spend almost anything they could to keep the players safe, right? You got these multi-million-dollar
Right,
players.
that's what I'm thinking. Maybe high school they might stick with the turf, but
that was a weird thing for me moving from Arizona up here to Utah. Is seeing the high schools up here, they do have turf, and I think they kind of have to just because you can't do grass up here year round, whereas in Arizona you can do it year round if you pump in enough water. So
yeah,
that blew my mind.
What part of Arizona were you guys at?
I grew up in Mesa, which is just right outside of Phoenix, and then I was in Tucson for 11 years.
Okay, yeah, I want to just look it up because obviously that's what everybody assumes. There's really no such thing as grass in Phoenix, but
yeah, there's everyone has to have their grass yard, their highly cultivated yard. We had the last house we lived in was in an acre, and it was the person before us had done a lot of xeriscaping, and so there was like a lot of native plants, very limited water use, and it was beautiful because it was just like the real desert. And our yard blended into the next one. It was like we lived in almost like we lived right in Saguaro National Forest. So it was cool. I definitely appreciated that. I'm not a huge fan of, even here in Utah, where we still live in a desert, technically, it seems like people love to have these giant grass yards, whether they use them or not, and it kind of drives me crazy.
yeah. Well, yeah, Utah definitely. I noticed I was in Calgary. We were in Calgary for about 6-7 months before moving to Tampa. And even Calgary is a little bit of a desert town. You don't realize it until you're there, but everything kind of just along the Rockies like that. And I'm looking, it's kind of straight north of where you were at.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Keegs went to Flagstaff like 2 years ago and jumped off a bridge. Thankfully, he's still here with us.
I did that on the Navajo Bridge up near the Grand Canyon. I did a bungee jumping in the full moon at midnight.
Whoa. You say base jumping off of it?
No, bungee jump.
Oh, bungee jumping.
Yeah,
wow.
Right over the Colorado River. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
you can see everything with the full moon and the stars because you're out in the middle of really nowhere. It took from Flagstaff. It was like 3 hours away. So it was pretty much all the way into Utah at that point because it was where was this? What's the city right by? I think it was like Page or something like that.
Page. Yep.
Yeah.
Page.
So it's right before Page.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We drove through there just last month. We drove down to Arizona. My grandparents had a cabin there. We went and spent a week down there with family and drove through that whole area. It's beautiful. Up in Flagstaff, they have a lot of pines. It's up in the mountains.
Yeah, Flagstaff was cool. It was just it was unique in the sense that you're in a hot area in Arizona, but you're feeling normal. You feel good because it's not too hot.
Yeah, and you have actual trees there. And not like the desert trees.
My uncle, I went with my sister and we did this. And my uncle lives in Flagstaff, and we stay with him. And he has a beautiful property that you walk out his front door and you just have a mountain right in front of him. It's really nice.
That is awesome.
So it was a good time down there. We did go to the Grand Canyon as well, and we spent about 4 or 5 days. So it was a good time.
Cool.
I didn't realize how far north Page was from Phoenix.
You can't go any farther north and be in Arizona.
Oh, I've been. You know what? And I've been to Lake Powell before. Now that I am seeing where it's at. Yeah, right over there. Because we went when I was, I don't know, we went to like Four Corners when I was little.
Oh, okay.
And all that, the whole thing, the whole four state tour. But we didn't really go to New Mexico, which I know New Mexico has the worst reputation out of all 4 of the states too.
I've actually heard a lot of good things about New Mexico.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Four Corners is so far out there. It's not on the way to anything. If you go there, you have to go hours out of your way to get there. Right. You can't be like, oh, we're going from Phoenix to Albuquerque. We're going to go through Four Corners. Okay, yeah, you're going to be 5.5 hours added to your trip.
Exactly.
Have you been there, Coleman?
I've been there a couple times. Yeah, I went as a teenager, and then we took our kids just about 5 or 10 years ago. We took the kids there, so they could see it. It's a cool place. I mean, you get there and you look around. Part of you is like, oh, this is it. It's just lines on the ground. But then part of you is like, this is like a confluence of like all these like each state has its own personality and like magic, almost like a magical property, you know. And so you're experiencing them all at once. Yeah, a really cool place. I really enjoyed it, even though you get there and it's not like, you know, there's a big theme park around it or anything. You know, there's a few little stands where the Native Americans sell some stuff, and not a whole lot, but yeah, just a cool place. What did you think of it?
I just remember I was like 8 when we went.
Okay.
I'm looking at it on a map now, and I guess I was gonna say I've never really been to New Mexico except for that moment, but I didn't realize that we probably did drive through New Mexico to get there.
Did you drive from Ohio?
Yeah. So I was actually, no, maybe I don't know. I was either 8 or 10. My dad had a business conference in Denver, but I don't know. We had a big conversion van. I got, you know, at the time 3 siblings, so we got in that big van with some family. Like my mom had a family friend that also had 2 kids. We drove from Cleveland to Denver for like, you know, a few days with just the moms and the kids, and then we met up with my dad in Denver, and then we all drove. My dad drove back with us. We all drove back across the country. I'm just looking at a map where we would have driven back. I think we drove back through Oklahoma, but on the way there we drove let's see, probably 76. I'm guessing. I don't know. It was cool. But while we were there, we went to Bryce Canyon. We didn't go to Grand Canyon. We went to Bryce.
Yeah.
And then we stopped in Page, Arizona, which I'm guessing Bryce Canyon, is that close to Page?
It is, yeah. Uh-huh.
A whole lot of driving. And I remember seeing I do remember seeing like you could just, there was like old homes in the mountains. I don't know how to explain it. It was from like, you know, centuries ago.
Yeah, like cave dwellings, basically, like the wall, the Anasazi.
Right. And
yeah, those are
pretty cool when I was little, like imagining that people a long time ago lived in those.
Yeah. Did you get to go in them at all and explore? Because they have some that you can actually walk in. You can climb down a ladder into their, you know, homes and stuff.
I would love to now, because I just think I'm really fascinated by a lot of the ancient stuff. Before I forget, I was going to say this too. This is funny when I think I asked, like, can you detect anything with AI? And because we have the screens kind of small right now, it looked like you leaned back and like asked Kylo Ren a question.
I stretch my back a lot when I'm sitting here, so yeah, I'm just sitting up in my chair.
Thank you, Sully.
76.
Sully, let's go.
Thank you, Sully, for the raid. We really appreciate it. We got a jungle raid as well, so we got 2 things going here.
Oh, we got a jungle and a Sully raid?
Oh, Sully raid, I don't know. Or did I just see? No, I think I saw Jungle Bry sis, and she said.
Yeah, it's Sully's new woman.
Have you met Sully yet, Coleman? Do you know who he is?
The name's familiar. I if you give me some context.
Yeah, he's
Wax
without
streamer.
a doubt, top 5 easily. I'd say Wax streamer.
Probably know him from Funko Pops.
Okay, yeah.
He used to work for Funko, and now he streams and does a lot of their pack, or opens a lot of their packs.
Oh, we just got Devils just activated NPR Goose.
Oh, we switch over.
I caught Sully stream just about a month ago, and I started picking his brain because I hadn't done any of the Funko stuff, and my son collects Funko, so I was looking into so I picked his brain on how to complete the sets and get the physical redeemable. He was super helpful. Great dude.
So somebody in the audience,
yes,
they activated. We call it NPR Goose, where we tone it down a bit here, and
we just go real soft.
I think it's time for some names.
Oh, we should get some names going for this goo ball. That cop is looking rather scrumptious.
With the donut he was eating was scrumptious.
Let me get a duck race going. So Coleman, this might seem weird, and it is, but we do this when
dude, that's a beast.
When we get the redeemed NPR goose. We throw on some Chopin and we enjoy.
I feel so cultured all of a sudden.
Now, if you're just tuning into the stream, thank you, Sully, for the raid. make sure you hit the follow button. And also, we have a guest with us here today. His name is Coleman. Many of you probably know him from the game Warsaken. We're going to go ahead and drop a link here.
We're gonna get the duck races going. We have Officer Do Sakin. Oh, I like that. Officer
That's
Do
hilarious.
Sakin.
Very good names.
Officer,
Jack
what was his name, Chetty?
Akilo Gills.
Dosaken. That's good. That could work.
Akilo.
No Sakin. Hopefully that one wins.
Let's see.
Officer Do Sakin.
We do love a new goo ball.
I'm trying to think of a name. Shaquille. What is it? O'Gills. What is it?
O'Gills.
O'Gills. Shaquille O'Gills. Do you have any? So just in case anybody's not quite sure what's going on here, we're taking name suggestions for this goo ball from the audience right now. So give us your suggestions.
Yes, we have a couple of neat suggestions already.
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
Kind of threw me out. It's kind of a left field type of thing, but we're using it. Did you see the Montgomery, Alabama fight? I did see that fight. I watched it probably 3 times. It was amazing. It was an amazing fight.
Hey, Wardam, did you see the fight between Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson?
That was also an amazing
That was
fight.
also an excellent fight. Although I suppose as civilized NPR
That's a
talk
good
show
name.
hosts, we should look down upon any sort of brawling.
Officer Don Nuts. I like that.
I had to think about that one for a moment there.
Groovy. Okay, we'll put that in there too.
But yes. Anyways, Coleman, we'll have to connect you with Sully. Your Uncle Bry's sister's here. Nice.
That is Sully's girlfriend.
You know, it's funny. I always like to joke about how challenging it is to get. If you don't know him, how challenging it is to get a hold of Sully, because he only goes live on Twitch, and he only has a Twitter, no Discord, no Telegram. So he's really a one-way street. But if you can get him to follow you, then you're in. So we'll try to get him to connect with you on Twitter.
J. Edgar Goober.
Now, some of us are also very jealous. He doesn't do it anymore because I understand he has a girlfriend now. But he used to text Keegs at 3 in the morning every now and then. And,
We did text frequently, and not so much now. Jay, I think we're done with 5 minutes. We can go back.
Lieutenant is good. That's a good one.
Let me just change our background audio again real quick.
Thank you, Doubles.
Whoa.
Thank you, Doubles, for the NPR.
Andy Goofith. Wow, that's a great one.
Yeah, there are some solid names there. Some people were using their big brains as we were designing this thing.
That's funny. Kiko said that right when I clicked it, and I had no idea that he even said that. It sounds like they say Chetty's name here, Chet.
I hope Andy Goofith wins. Lieutenant's a good one. I didn't see that. I missed that one.
I like the first officer Dosaken.
Officer
Dosaken is pretty hilarious.
Goober Scoober.
Yeah, as far as Sully, I jumped into a stream, saw that he was big into Funko. I just started asking questions in the stream, and he was just walking me through everything and was super helpful. I was able to get all the information I needed at the time, but I had some follow-up questions. I was like, how do I get a hold of this guy? So that's good to know that Twitch and Twitter are the
You got to
things.
track him down.
All right, here we go.
He's a
Duck
wealth
race.
of information.
Some really good names here. Let's see what wins. Let's get that duck gods going
Whoa,
here.
there we go.
Other donuts. All right.
Donuts.
Oh,
Donuts.
Don
The duck has spoken.
Actually, nobody even knows what we're talking about. Here's the cop that we're talking about. Here's
Is there an abbreviation for officer?
Probably. I
Isn't
want to
it
say there is.
OFC?
Oh, let's see when I pull up the.
Let's see, officer abbreviation.
We usually like to do two names or two.
OFC.
I think
Look,
we should have.
OFC
The firemen would know that. We
A
should
lot
have
of
just
OFCs in
gone.
the chat.
It
Go
is
to
OFC.
OFC.
So should I do OFC Don Utz, or should I put full officer?
I think go full officer.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we're fine doing that. We've had three names
We're
before.
in the crypto world. OFC could be, of course. You know.
Thanks for
That's
joining.
true.
Thanks for the raid, Sully. Thanks for the name suggestion. You got the win on that. Thanks for being you, man.
Hey,
See you, Sully. I may email you and touch base. Good to run into you again.
So before you go, while you're lurking, I should say, we're going to be posting your social security number in a moment, your address, all that stuff. So we'll see you later.
Bon appetit, Sully. Thanks. Yeah. Good job, Kiko. All right, so we got a new. All right, so let me get this. I got to get our profile create. I got to create this one here. So its name is Officer.
Hey, Sully, one other thing. I did complete the event time set, so I just got to transfer all those NFTs back to my drop account, and I will have my first redeemable. So I jumped in. I got her done.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
You guys
know
done
what,
any
let
of the Funko stuff on wax?
I think we have a few. We have some.
I did some of the. I think it was Batman. I
Yeah.
got a couple of different Funkos. I did a drop. I forget when, but I think it was last September, October.
One cool thing about it is you can pick up the cards really cheap, and they have some really good, cool art. If you're a fan of the IP that they're doing at the time, they have some really cool art, and the commons and uncommons are really well designed. You know, they're well animated, and so it's fun to own those just as collectibles. Because to collect the sets is a lot harder. You know, you got to do trading, you got to buy and sell and all that. But even just picking up a few commons for a few cents, adding them to your collection, kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I got into Hot Wheels is no longer on wax, but
Yeah.
I got into the first drop, and I actually have a physical car that I got from that drop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's worth something. You know, Hot Wheels are collectibles that people collect
Yeah, and those-
long before NFTs.
Those ones, you know, 99.9% of the population has no idea how to get that particular Hot Wheel. They're like, you know, that's something that very limited, and so obviously super sought after.
That's what I'm hoping for. I haven't actually checked the rarity in the real world, but
Good night, Pazda.
Hot-
Thanks for joining.
Pazda, good to meet you.
99
We'll see you around.
Pazda.
I got to pop in, hang out more often on Monday nights with you guys.
it's
It's
fun
good
having you.
stuff.
Yeah, we there's some other, I'd say just some other streamers I know that you know, that like Sully, they like just hop in here and lurk and listen to how weird we'll make things. So, you know, feel free to join in the fun. We had, for a moment there, we had some like top lurkers. It was like Burst, Sully, Pop Lover. There was like 3 other streamers that would just
We haven't seen
Not
Pop
fail.
Lover in a while, actually, unless he's here with the stream raid. But
someone was talking about Fall Guys earlier. That would be good to see him.
Pop Lover used to. He would be working because he's in Hawaii, so he would be working, listening to us. Then he'd do his stream while he's riding his bike. And he would play.
The only thing about him that would like, and I know you agree with me, would get on my nerves, that he'd be all in, hanging out with those comments, everything, and then like we're halfway through our stream, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna go live now. Bye." And then like, "Hey, Pop Lover's here." You go live, and then it's like, then people in our chat were like, "Do we go watch him play Fall Guys, or do we keep hanging out with the Goo Crew?"
Hey
Bike
guys,
is in- okay.
you know,
Actually,
I think while we have the audience here, I know Ken and Keegs wants to leave at 11, but I think we should get a little bit of Hacksball in before we.
I can
Oh,
leave you guys
wow.
play.
yeah, maybe. I just bought a Nerd Unite thing I want to give away too. So
We could do it.
Yeah, we should give away a couple Forsaken things too. I sent over some.
Okay.
We can do some booster
Sweet.
packs. We can give away a couple wheel spins.
I didn't see them in my wallet. Did you put them in the other wallet I sent you? You know?
Pretty sure, yeah, I sent them over to that other wallet.
Okay, so Chetty, they're in your wallet.
Oh, like I'll look.
But I got this mint number 2 from Nerds Unite that we'll give away in a second here too.
Okay, so Officer.
Can you share your screen, Chetty? Oh, you already had it shared. Okay.
Do I have it shared? I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm like doing stuff.
Get the Warsaken NFTs up there.
Chris has not had
made yet?
luck with the wheel spins.
I'm sending it to you right now.
So we launched loot a year and a half ago, and then people have been able to go and buy loot packs. Right now we're in between sets, so there's no loot packs to buy, but we did just a week ago launch wheel spins, where you can buy a wheel spin for 15,000 loot, and then you can win anything from like a common card from the set that's coming up, all the way up to the 1 of 1 ultra rare. There's like a 1 in 46,000 chance that you pull a 1 of 1 blood foil card. And so there's also gear you can earn. So you can earn titles to use in the game. You can earn deck sleeves. You can earn game mats that you can actually use playable in the game. So a lot of cool stuff on the wheel spins that people can.
Okay. So is this all? Now this was what was sent to me. All of these cards.
So this is a deck. If you went to Warsaken in the battle and create deck, there's an auto deck builder that would put all of these cards, because I sent you 4 of each copy plus a leader and 4 territories, so it would put them all in a deck. So you can go to Warsaken.cards, and then collection.
Right. Should I sign in first, or?
Yeah, sign in.
Okay. Let me do this off screen.
All right. Well, I'm gonna play a little
We're getting the auction set up for this new goo ball for Don Nuts. Donuts here for Officer Donuts. We're almost gone with the auction here.
And then if you go to collection from there, and then decks, or I think it's decks. It's been a while since I've used the auto deck builder.
I got all sets, Genesis of Conflict, Savage Escalation.
Yeah,
Gear.
so you've got 65 cards. That's what I sent you, because it's one, and you see you got a leader there, and then the territories. So click on decks next.
All right, go check it out. The auction link right there. I'm gonna make a tweet real quick, and we'll tweet that out. But I just want to show you the auction link there.
That's a good one. That's a
It
good
is.
one. They keep getting better, Shetty.
And then if you click on plus, new deck, click on the plus sign, and then auto build. Yeah. And if I sent you the right cards, it should put those all together in a deck for you.
Okay.
And so it's 1 leader. There you go. 4 territories, and then 60 force cards, and that's your draw pile. And so basically, you got to make matches of 3 of the same card in your hand. And if you match 3 force cards, it knocks out one of their territories. If you match 3 morale cards, it knocks their morale down 6. And basically, if you get rid of their territories or knock their morale down to 0, then you can attack the leader and take out the leader. So that's basically Blitz. And we can jump in some other time and play a game. I know it's getting late.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on another night. To specifically.
You know,
it's as easy as that. If you've got the cards, it's as easy as that to put them into a deck now, which we're really proud of, because you used to have to go and add card by card.
We gotta we should collab with Coleman next NFtopia.
Yeah,
and have us do this. Have you? Are you familiar with Consumer Break or NFtopia?
Yeah,
Does that ring a bell?
we did. We were in the last one we attended. We had a booth there.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good. The time that we've found ourselves capable of playing the most games is when we've gone live at NFtopia.
Oh, cool.
So that might have to be the move next time.
Okay, so
if you go to one other thing real quick, if you go to store and then go to loot, you won't be able to claim very much because you don't have any premium cards. I just sent you very basic cards. It's going to calculate your XP, and then you just click on, once it comes up with a number there, claim your daily loot.
Okay.
So anyone who does have Forsaken NFTs, if you got a rare collection, you'll claim a lot. If you have not a very rare collection or a small collection, it won't be very much. So, and then you do have a few wheel spins. So if you want to try one of those out right now while we're on stream, it only takes a few seconds. Go to the spin right there.
Let's do it. Spin that wheel, Chetty.
Did I get more spins? Or
Spin?
I have
I think I sent them to you, didn't I? You know what?
I'm not sure.
All right, I just made it. I think I just made what. Well, I think it's a pretty clever tweet, pretty funny tweet. So I just tweeted that. Give it a retweet and a like, and go favorite the OpenSea link as well. Or the
No,
Wait,
I
what's
pulled
the,
you over. You were going way too fast to get to those donuts, buddy.
Oh man, I spelled donuts in different ways twice. That's all right.
Wait, like and
I can give you a ticket, or you can just give me the donuts, and we'll call it even.
Keegs, like and
Officer Don,
retweet it. And if you like it and retweet it, then that will qualify you for the Warsaken giveaway.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Like and retweet the tweet that Keegs just dropped in the chat there.
And then we'll
Let's,
make sure the winner gets a booster pack and a wheel spin out of it. How's that sound?
I spelled donuts two different ways, but
it's all good.
I may have sent that and like not clicked on Anchor the final time or something. So I don't know if that's all you've got is 65, then I must not have sent those over.
Yeah, burst ends here. Okay. Adam,
We're sold
you
out
want to
as
get
well.
Hex
Gotta put
Ball
the video.
started?
Sorry.
Goo balls have sold out again. If you want one, go and join the action.
Well, sold out.
Anytime a bid is placed on a new goo ball, we play that.
Shout out to Justin Clayton.
War damn.
Got the first one in this time, huh? He's not waiting for the end.
Yeah. Hacks ball. Got it.
I'm gonna go to sleep, but you guys can play.
Okay. Well, you want to do just one game, Keegs?
No.
One
Come
game?
on.
Come on.
Game.
We were Keegs. NFtopia, we were bragging about how you were the best at hacks ball.
And that's
We
great.
definitely were.
I'm happy you guys think that about me.
Here, I got it. I got the room pulled up. Right meow.
All right, I'll play one game and that's it.
There we go. We got him, folks. One game.
And that's it. And that's it. I'm ending the stream.
Funko Lover, don't worry. You have all week. You have the auction ends at the beginning of our streams.
I've been here, Justin. What do you mean you miss me?
There we go. There's the hacks ball link. Get in on the haction.
No Weath?
Let me switch it over. Where's Adam's screen? Here we go.
You have all Weath.
There's a little. Oh, I forgot that was my screen still. All right, cool. That was a little Nerds Unite giveaway I just did there. Sorry, now I'm distracting people because they're
You want
supposed
to
to
pick a
get
winner from this thing, from the tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, see who gets the Warsaken NFT from the tweet.
Hopefully that pick a winner website still works.
I'll drop so one more time. There we go. There's the hacks ball link, folks.
All right, chat. The winner is. Something went wrong.
Wait, I don't have. What am I giving?
I don't know.
I thought
I've got
Adam,
Yeah, I can send out.
okay, Coleman's giving them. I mean, I can give some of these cards, but it would ruin my deck, right?
Send out a Corsican booster pack. It's got 18 cards. It's from set 1, and I'll send out a wheel spin to whoever wins.
Okay.
Awesome.
The winner is Misty21.
Hey,
Shout out, hey, nice job, man.
right.
He is part of the
Misty, tell us your wax wallet in the chat, and then we can get that sent to you.
Hey, Bentley's in the house.
Congrats, Pop Lover, on cracking that code. So that was a mint number 2 hoot you just got there.
It's getting
All
warm
right.
in that room.
Falcon, and we got someone from what is that?
It looks like, is that China?
All right, let's get this game going.
Is that Hong Kong?
I don't know. Coleman, are you going to join the Hacks Ball?
I'm not familiar with this game, unfortunately, so I'm going to watch.
It's a mixture of soccer and air hockey.
Okay.
It's WASD and spacebar.
That's all you need to know. Very, very simple controls.
Similar to Warsaken Blitz. It gets intense.
I'm not watching the where do I go to get in? I'm not sure
sorry. I'll put
Link
it
in the chat.
I'll put it in the private chat here.
I see it there. Sorry.
no.
Yeah, it's there. I was trying to make sure I've got some prizes to send out, so wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Is Misty in the chat still?
You can use the arrows too. You're right. Falconer.
I don't know her
Yes,
wax
yes.
wallet.
All right, I'm gonna jump
You
in
see
this
Misty in
game.
the chat still. Misty, give us your wax wallet, please.
Link to join is right here. Can't see who's asking that.
Yes, we need your wax wallet. You won the giveaway.
Oh right. Oh, we have a big old game here, Chetty.
Okay, this is what I was wanting.
Culminator. Nice.
Made it. I'm
All
in.
right. Who's getting in the action?
I think we're good to go. We got 8.
Good. Okay. Let's do it.
What is the dot? Is the dot?
Ready?
Misty sent her wax wallet in the chat. It is there.
Yeah, I think she didn't put dot. So
It's a dot is the first. It's dot FDBK dot wham.
But why does it have a space in it?
No, she's just making.
It doesn't. Just
she's
put a
making
dot.
sure
There.
you know that the dot comes first. Thank you, Falcon.
Put period FDBK dot
Okay,
wham.
okay.
It's a big
All right,
mistake
I
by
got it.
Wack.
All right, Adam,
God, I'll
let's go.
send it as soon as the game's over. I'll send it.
All right. Here we go. Let the games begin. Oh, I gotta zoom out so I can see this. All right.
Okay, everyone, make sure we're moving. Red team touches the ball first. The second we touch it, it starts. Ty EP, are you here?
How about his
I'm
phone?
beeping on my.
So Coleman, spacebar the kick.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Game started. We're playing the 2, Adam.
It's a 2.
Okay.
One
There you
game,
go,
one
Keith.
game only. Make it count, brothers.
Falcon.
Oh, Chet's a goalie. It's good. We
Yeah.
got someone who knows what they're doing.
I like to consider myself one of the best defenders in the game.
Let's go,
Go.
Keeg.
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, he kicked
Keeg
it off me.
is the best offender in the game.
Nice. Clear it for Mowski. Oh, no.
Round 1. Oh, we have Wardam too. Oh
Yeah,
man.
well, damn, nice.
We got the OG Goo crew on the other team here.
Take it back. Keep taking it back. Backfield.
Oh, we got Wardam.
We got to get it past half field.
I mean, Red Dead putting up a good fight here. Oh, my bad.
There you go. There you go, Coleman.
Ah,
Falcon.
I know you see me. I know you see
Now,
me.
trying to get that set.
I had that.
oh, nice save,
There you go,
Falcon.
Falcon. Great job. Great
You
job
know,
on the switch.
Falcon is decent. He is good at this game. I remember he won something one time.
All right,
Already
we're
in
in golden
overtime.
goal
Holy crap.
situation coming up
Might be
here.
in overtime. Their possession of the ball is very limited, but they can still win. All they need is one shot.
Just
Go,
block
Falcon.
Moses. Keep him away from the
I
ball.
know, he's bodying me.
Tying him up.
More than pass me, boy.
We gonna do a shootout or something?
Here we go.
I know it's just next goal wins at this point.
Oh, we got golden goal, everybody.
Yep.
Pass it over, General. Oh no!
Get back on
Get
D.
back as fast as I
Come on.
can. Oh, Warden, let's go, baby.
Oh, numbers. Got numbers.
Oh, if he
Let's
if he
go.
got that pass, that was it.
Let's go.
General, I'm over. I'm up here. Oh, nice pass to Warden. Nice
Oh,
pass.
Oh,
And I'm coming back.
Oh, let's go. General,
I'm
pass
gonna
that-
body Wardam. There you go, Falcon. Falcon.
oh,
Oh, yes! Oh my God! Let's go. Good way to end it.
that I'm surprised that even counted. That's the first time I've seen it like really go on the line of the goal there.
Yeah,
Falcon,
it didn't look like it crossed. We got screwed.
Falcon
Yeah.
is not happy.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
be going over
Falconer,
to
I believe you.
Bodied.
Bodied them.
All right. Good game. Good game, folks.
Evan Dejan standing up somewhere. We're gonna go right over to him.
All right, so
who we rating?
Mr. Degen himself.
Captain DJ. All right. Now this one is funny, Coleman. This guy, when you gift a sub to him, he gets sprayed in the face with silly string.
Oh, I know Captain
sometimes-
Degen. I'm
Okay.
familiar
Deal
with
with
him.
We're all a community here. All right. Let's
I
do
guess
this.
we're going. We are going from.
Legion. We're gonna say Legion Goo Ball raid or something.
Well, I was gonna say, I just realized we're going. Maybe the reason why Sully's been blessing us so much lately is because we finally converted to family friendly. So now, are we? I think we're leading our family friendly back. It's about to be Adult Swim now.
Say
They're going
that.
to FTV.
Yeah. All right. Parents,
It
take your
is.
kids out of the room.
Yes,
Turn
it is.
off.
At least it's
Say
late at night.
Legion Goo Ball raid when we raid over.
Hey, let me throw out a plug for the Warsaken Discord real quick.
Plug it
It's
in.
Discord,
Yeah.
discord.gg/Warsaken. Any questions anyone has, you want to learn more about game, we've always got people there to answer questions. Just jump in the chat, start
Boom, there it
talking.
is.
Join up there and get ready for when the rest of their features drop.
Yeah. Hey,
do
good
it.
hanging
All
out
right.
with you guys. Can't believe how fast time
That
flew.
was quick.
Yeah,
That
it was
a
an
quick
awesome night.
Keeps
We'll do it
trying
again.
to sign us off.
I'm trying. Well, it's because it's rating in 5 seconds. I can't stop it. So.
All right. Love you, Goo Crew.
Peace.